Today, we'll dig deeper into one of your characters. Squirming on the Camry's hot vinyl to keep her cheek sweat from staining the white tennis shorts or sticking her to the seat, she ducked low to hide under the dash, slipped the key into the ignition and twisted. The starter clicked twice, then pretended it hadn't noticed the key. She let go of the key and pumped the accelerator with her hand. A metallic tap on her window startled her. She ducked lower and twisted again. 2 clicks. Tap, tap, tap. Trapped, she sat up and reflexively composed herself by checking her melting makeup in the rear view before powering down her window. Of course the window works. She sighed and turned to face her captor while already planning to use the broken car and calls to the mechanic to keep him at bay. The face at the window confused her. The hard angles and piercing gray eyes she expected had been replaced by the full, youthful cheeks and soft green eyes of the ball boy, Dennis. She searched the parking lot for Valentine, her lascivious tennis instructor. The only other people in the lot were Stannis Cavendish, the club manager, and a pert, bouncy redhead millennial who seemed to be in his face about something. Stan with a girl half his age didn't surprise her. It should have, but it didn't. For you, ma'am. Dennis held up a clear plastic can of tennis balls. Confused, she focused on his earnest, freckled face and dimples. He was such a cute boy, hard-working and cute. If he'd been 20 years younger. Well, that was not a thought to be finished. He was what, 17? Maybe? A year older than Laurel? That was just the kind of thing she was trying to avoid. She smiled and said, Because is an exercise from Eric Witchey, a writer I knew in Oregon. If you ever get the chance to see Eric's lectures live, take the opportunity. He's a dynamic speaker and a great teacher. Because starts by giving your character an agenda. This can be one of the guys you created yesterday for the debate, if you like. Agendas bring characters to life by creating opportunity for the character to demonstrate who they are when they take action on their own behalf. Changes in the tactics the character uses to fulfill their agenda can allow the reader to feel and internalize the character's personality. Now, add opposition. Opposition from the environment, like too much heat or darkness, forces the character to demonstrate resourcefulness, experience, and their level of desire to achieve their goal. Opposition from another character does the same and adds another agenda and personality to the mix. This allows you to create interesting, tense dialogue full of subtext. Opposition from the character's own internal moral compass or psychological forces also places the character in a position where they must demonstrate who they are. Every character has a because. The purpose of the because is to expand the frame of reference for a personal agenda by 2 levels in order to allow for more complex and plausible explanation for your character's behavior. It also allows the writer to connect characters to risks, stakes, and consequences in the mind of the reader by making behavior specific in ways that imply a psychological underpinning to their motives. A byproduct of because agendas is that the writer can tweak them to make them increasingly about psychology and sociology of the character. And here's an example that Eric gave in one of his lectures. The initial character that I started this piece out with wants to start her car because she wants to get away from the tennis pro, because she loves her husband and doesn't want any rumors, even though she hasn't done anything wrong. The more you ground the because in the character's psyche, the more powerful the interactions between the characters become. Here's a rewrite of our first character's because. She wants to start her car because She wants to escape the tawdry advances of the tennis pro because she loves her husband and protects his reputation from rumors, because she wants him to have a model wife for his developing political career. Each because, if it is connected to character psychology, also connects the reader to interest. Here is the because for the tennis court's ball boy, Dennis. The ball boy wants to give her a new can of club logo complimentary balls because he wants his boss's respect and a raise, because he wants to shake off the stigma of his family history by looking worthy to be on a date with the first character's teenage daughter. Here's one last thought about the nature of because. It doesn't stay the same. It just gives depth to a particular scene. Once the scene climaxes, new becauses may or may not emerge. Take your debate scene and add because to both characters. Connect the becauses to the stress the scene causes to both characters. Now, rewrite their conversation, keeping the becauses in mind. Don't have them state any of the becauses. Find ways to hint at them in the subtext. Post the original conversation and the deeper conversation in the chat. I'll see you tomorrow.